Welcome to Push Point, the place where motivation meets action. If you're ready to transform your mindset and fuel your journey to success, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because your next breakthrough starts right here.
The man who chose the hard road. There was once a boy named Samuel who grew up in a forgotten part of Detroit, a place where abandoned houses outnumbered families, where liquor stores stood closer than schools, and where dreams often died before they began. His father walked out when he was 5, leaving behind nothing but memories and a worn-down sofa. His mother, Teresa, became the rock of the house, working 3 exhausting jobs: nursing by day, cashier by evening, and janitor by night. They barely scraped by. Sometimes dinner was just a slice of bread and tap water. Yet even as a boy, Samuel had a hunger for something bigger than food. The walls of their apartment were stained from leaks, and the windows rattled in the wind. Winter was brutal. No central heating, just a second-hand space heater that barely hummed. Still, Teresa never complained. She prayed every morning and kissed Samuel's forehead before he walked to school through icy sidewalks and graffiti-covered streets. Samuel's classmates either mocked school or ignored it altogether. By middle school, most were already pulled into gangs. But Samuel had one silent companion, an old, cracked library card his mother got for him on his 7th birthday. While others were skipping class or smoking behind the gym, Samuel was in the back corner of the school library. He read biographies, history books, and anything he could get his hands on. He memorized quotes from Malcolm X and took notes on how Steve Jobs built Apple. In those pages, he saw something he'd never seen in real life: hope. Those stories showed him that pain could be fuel, that failure wasn't final, and that poverty wasn't a life sentence. Every book he read told him the same thing: you can choose a different path. By the time he was 14, Samuel had made a decision. He was going to college. He didn't care how, he didn't know when. But he was going to get out. He started waking up at 4:30 a.m. Before the city stirred, he would run in silence, then do push-ups, then read. His mind and body became his weapon. He'd tape quotes to the bathroom mirror. Hard times make strong men. Discipline equals freedom. Those quotes became his scripture. While other kids were chasing street cred, he was chasing his future. The teasing got worse. "What you trying to be, a professor?" They'd laugh. "You think you better than us?" He didn't argue. He just smiled and walked away. Inside, the fire burned hotter. He didn't blame them. They were scared. Because Samuel's dedication reminded them of what they gave up on. And deep down, they knew he wasn't trying to be better. He was trying to survive. He applied to over 20 colleges during his senior year. Most applications were handwritten, submitted from library computers or cheap prepaid phones. He didn't tell anyone, not even his mom, because he knew rejection would sting less if it was private. And the rejections came hard and fast. "We regret to inform you," one after another. But Samuel didn't crumble. He took every rejection letter and taped it to his wall like battle scars. He said, "These are proof I'm trying." Then came a thin envelope with a thick meaning. One college, a small state university, had said yes. No scholarships, no fanfare, just a chance. And that's all Samuel needed. He packed his bag with thrift store jeans, 3 worn-out shirts, and $86 in cash his mother had saved in a cookie tin labeled "For Better Days." She hugged him, tears in her eyes, and whispered, "Don't look back, baby." The first day of college hit like a punch. Everyone seemed smarter, wealthier, more polished. They had laptops and name-brand clothes. He had notebooks from the dollar store and a prepaid flip phone. He failed his first math exam, then bombed a writing assignment. He almost dropped out. But he remembered his neighborhood, the faces of his fallen friends, and he told himself, "I didn't come this far to quit." Samuel got help. He found free tutoring sessions, borrowed used textbooks, and joined late-night study groups. He worked a night shift cleaning offices, vacuuming floors, while whispering formulas to himself. He learned to take naps in library corners and to eat meals from dollar menus. He never partied, never dated. He was on a mission. He started gaining confidence. His grades improved. Professors noticed him, not because he was the loudest, but because he was always there, front row, asking questions. He learned to love learning. Philosophy, economics, leadership, he absorbed it all. His GPA rose, and so did his ambition. He didn't just want to graduate, he wanted to make a mark. In his junior year, Samuel started a campus mentorship group for underprivileged students. He called it The Fire Inside. It started with 5 students and grew to over 100. He helped kids with essays, time management, and emotional support. He became the guy people came to when they were ready to give up. He reminded them what he reminded himself every day. Pain is temporary, purpose is forever. Graduation day came on a sunny May morning. Samuel stood in his cap and gown, tears in his eyes, his mom in the front row holding a sign that read, "He did it." When they called his name, Samuel Terrell, honors graduate, the whole stadium erupted. He had done the impossible. But in his heart, he knew. This was just the beginning. After graduation, job offers came slowly. He turned down a corporate role that didn't align with his heart. Instead, he volunteered at local schools in Detroit, speaking to students who looked just like he did. He didn't wear suits, he wore hoodies. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He told them about the nights he went hungry, the exams he failed, the moments he nearly quit. Word spread fast. More schools called, then colleges, then corporate events. Samuel became a full-time motivational speaker, but not because he wanted fame, because he wanted to be the voice he never had. He turned pain into power, and his story into a movement. He said, "If the world won't build a bridge for us, we'll build our own." Years later, Samuel stood on a TEDx stage in front of thousands. His story had reached millions by then. He looked into the camera and said, "Your story doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be yours. Use it, own it, let it drive you." The crowd gave him a standing ovation. After the talk, a young boy walked up to him with tears in his eyes. He whispered, "I live where you used to live. Do you really think I can make it?" Samuel knelt down, put his hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "I don't think you can. I know you can." Today, Samuel runs a non-profit that provides scholarships and mentorship to youth from underserved areas. He visits prisons, shelters, and schools, not to preach, but to listen, to show up, to say, "I was you, and you are enough." His story continues, not in headlines, but in every life he touches. In every letter he gets that starts with, "Because of you, I didn't quit." In every heart that dares to dream again because they saw what Samuel became. He never wanted to be a hero, he just wanted to break the cycle. To prove that even on the hardest road, with enough courage, grit, and grace, a kid from nowhere can become someone who changes everything.
Thanks for tuning into Push Point. If today's message moved you, like, comment, and share it with someone who needs a push. Don't forget to subscribe and join our community of dreamers and doers. Keep pushing, keep believing, and I'll see you in the next video.